Hello friends, myself Mr. Kale Prasad Anil, lecturer at Mola Education Society's Mola Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sonai. Today we will going to discuss Introduction to Biochemistry. In this chapter we have to study about biochemistry and biomolecules, cell, animal cell, role of mitochondria, cell nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, and eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. The human body is composed of a multiple of specialized tissues which in turn consist of vast cluster of cells differentiated into specialized chemical factories. The study of chemistry of living system is referred to a biochemistry whose basic goal is to determine and explain how a collection of inanimate molecular interact with each other to maintain life. In the field of pharmacy, the knowledge of biochemistry explains drug action, drug synthesis, and prevention of diseases. So first of all, we will define biochemistry. Biochemistry is the branch of science which deals with the study of chemistry living matter in different phases of activity is called as biochemistry. The relationship of living organism to their environment is called as biochemistry. Then we have to study about importance of biochemistry. Modern biochemistry plays a very important role in present century. It deals with the study of nature and working of nature and working of biomolecules like protein, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. It helps in study of various deficiency diseases such as scurvy, rickets, beriberi, and pellagra due to deficiency of various vitamins. It is helpful in diagnosis of various metabolic disorders like diabetic mellitus, phenylketonuria, etc. It helps in synthesizing various new biomolecules for treatment like insulin, erythropoietin, hormones, etc. It is the language of medicine, its principle and experimental methods, all the basic of drug action, drug synthesis and prevention of disease. Then next part we have to study about cell. Cell is a structural and functional unit of living organism. They are the natural setting of most biochemical reactions and capable of carrying out various processes of life independently. The basic unit of cells are as follows. First unit, DNA. It means deoxyribonucleic acid. It is the principal genetic material which occurs in the chromosomes of nucleus. The building block of DNA is deoxyribonucleotides. Then second unit, RNA, means ribonucleic acid. It is made up of ribonucleotide. They serve as messenger for protein synthesis. Then third one, proteins. They are made up of amino acids and has numerous activity like enzymatic, hormonal, structural, transporting and visual. The next one, polysaccharides. They are storage form of energy whose basic units are glucose. Example, glycogen and starch. The next unit of cell is lipids. It is the membrane component and serve as a long-term storage of energy. Their basic units are fatty acids. Example, triacylglycerol. The next one, intracellular organs and their functions. So the various major cell organelles are cell or plasma membrane, nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, lysosomes, Golgi apparatus and cytoplasm. So we will study about cell membrane or plasma membrane. The cell is enveloped and separated by a thin membrane called as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Then functions. It protects the inner part of cell. It serves as a selective barrier to the outside and it secretes waste products. Then second one, nucleus. It is present at the center of the cell nucleus, consists of nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm, nuclear reticulum and chromatin threads, chromocenters. Then functions of nucleus. Nucleus is a site of chromosome and DNA directed RNA synthesis. It controls overall metabolic processes of a cell. Then third one, mitochondria. There are numerous double-layered elongated bodies present within the cytoplasm. They are composed of proteins and lipids. Then functions of mitochondria. Mitochondria is responsible for conversion of chemical energy into biological energy in the form of ATP. All enzymes involved in Krebs cycles are present in it. The next one, endoplasmic reticulum. The extensive network of membrane arranged in plates and tubules present in cytoplasm is called as endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Then functions. It is a site of protein synthesis. It gives a mechanical support to the cell and it is involved in cellular metabolism. The next one, ribosomes. These are smallest granules either attached to the outer membrane of reticulum or scattered into the cytoplasm. Then functions. It is involved in protein synthesis. The next one, lysosomes. The small vesicular structures containing hydrolytic enzymes are called as lysosomes. They are surrounded by lipoprotein membrane. Then functions of lysosomes are, they contain enzymes involved in various degradative reactions. It contains digestive enzymes. Then Golgi apparatus. The system of smooth membranes in the form of cisternae or vesicles are called as Golgi apparatus. Then functions of Golgi apparatus. It is site of enzyme secretion. It participates in the formation of lysosomes. Next one, cytoplasm. Within the cell membrane, the cytoplasm containing organelles embedded in it and soluble component. The next one we have to study about mitochondria. The smallest granular or filamentous bodies which are double layered are called as mitochondria or powerhouse of a cell. They vary in a shape like spherical filamentous sausage shape, and size is about 0.5 to 3 micron long and 0.1 to 0.6 micron wide. Electronic microscopic study shows the mitochondria has two membranes. The two membranes are separated from each other, out of which outer membrane is about half lipid and half protein. The inner membrane is denser structure, about 3/4 protein and 1/4 lipid. Inner membrane is very much folded to form shelf-like structure called as internal ridges or cristae, which are extended into the matrix of mitochondrial structure. Thus, two structurally different spaces can be distinguished: intracristae space and matrix space. Then functions of mitochondria. It is major component of animal and plant cells that are engaged in inoxidative metabolism. Mitochondria is a powerhouse of cell. It contains large number of enzymes which are involved in oxidative phosphorylation. Many enzymes of mitochondria are responsible for the transportation of electrons in respiratory chain. It plays an important role in respiration and energy production as they extract energy from nutrients and trap in the form of ATP. It contains enzymes required for Krebs cycle and for metabolism of fatty acid, certain amino acid, keto acid, and biosynthesis of amino acids, long chain of fatty acids, urea. Mitochondria is responsible for transmission of hereditary characters. It also contains enzyme that control synthesis of lipid. The next one we have to study about cell nucleus. It is a heaviest particulate component of a cell. It lies in middle of the cell. It consists of two layers, first one outer and second one inner, which are separated from each other. The space between two layers, which are called as perinuclear space and perinucleus cisterns. The outer membrane is covered with ribosomes and then continuous with endoplasmic reticulum. At some places, two membranes are fused to each other forming pores from where exchange of materials takes place. At some places, the pores are bigger size for the purpose of transferring the very big molecules like nucleic acid and proteins. Then functions of cell nucleus. Nucleus contain the most important component called as chromatin, which are thread-like structure. These chromatins are distributed to nucleus and contain DNA. Before cell division, chromatin organize themselves in the simple small thread-like structure which are called as chromosomes. These chromosomes are equally distributed to daughter cell. After cell division, these chromosomes again get converted into the chromatin by uncoiling. It is site of DNA-directed RNA synthesis which is involved in protein synthesis. It is also involved in production of hormones and enzymes which are required for metabolic processes. The next one, cell membrane. The cell is separated from its surrounding by thin membrane called as cell membrane or plasma membrane. It consists of protein and lipid. The principal lipids are phospholipids, sphingolipids and cholesterol. The lipid is arranged in a bilayer system in which hydrophilic part is exposed to aqueous media both outside and inside the cell, while proteins are interspread in the different section of membrane. They are of two types. First one, intrinsic protein. The proteins which are present inside the cell membrane is called intrinsic proteins. And extrinsic proteins. The proteins which are present or attached to the outer side of cell membrane is called as extrinsic protein. Then functions. It holds the cell together. It acts as a selective barrier to the outside, permitting entrance of essential nutrients. It prevents the loss of needed substances from the cell. It secretes waste product. It keeps out toxic materials. And it protects the inner part of the cell. The next one we have to study about endoplasmic reticulum. The extensive network of membrane arranged in a plates and a tubules collectively called as endoplasmic reticulum. They are of two types. First one, rough endoplasmic reticulum. They contain small granules known as ribosomes on thin surface. And second one, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They do not contain ribosomes on their surface. The interior of endoplasmic reticulum is connected to the perinuclear space. Then functions. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis, while smooth endoplasmic reticulum is concerned with lipid and glycogen synthesis. The cisternae of endoplasmic reticulum plays a role in exchange of material between the cell and extracellular fluid. The exchange of material takes place by the process of diffusion, active transport and phagocytosis or pinocytosis. The next one, eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell, cell wall is absent, and in prokaryotic cell wall is present. Eukaryotic cell contain true nucleus, nucleolus and nuclear membrane, where prokaryotic cell do not contain true nucleus, nucleolus and nuclear membrane. Eukaryotic cell contain mitochondria or chloroplast. Prokaryotic cell does not contain mitochondria or chloroplast. Eukaryotic cells are capable of pinocytosis, where prokaryotic cells are not capable of pinocytosis. Eukaryotic cells are found in plants, animals, fungi, and protozoa, where prokaryotic cells are found in bacteria and blue-green algae.